So you want to fight evil, so you want to fight the devil. Here are 4 rules that you need to follow. If you'd like to support this channel in any way, please do so through Buy Me a Coffee. Now, I put it as a first rule in the thumbnail, but really the first thing that you need to do is you need to get this app called Exorcism. It is really an excellent resource for priests, clergy, religious, and especially lay people, because there's certain rules that we need to follow. I'm going to go through all of them right now, and you're going to see this on the screen as I'm doing it. So when you go to the application, you swipe up a little bit, and then it'll say prayers. Swipe right for more. You keep swiping all the way to the right, and then you'll see prayers, deliverance prayers for the laity. Now we're going to go through the 4 rules. Before you say these prayers, it says this. So here's some guidance. I'll sort of go through these right now. Rule number 1, the prayers included in this section are for use by the laity. So a priest could use this, but it's really specifically for lay people. Number 2, the prayers in this section are typically phrased to be used for praying over oneself. All individuals, this is important, have authority over their own selves and bodies, and thus they are free to use both imperative prayers, directly commanding demons to leave. So for instance, saying, in the name of Jesus, I command this demon of lust to leave right now. We have authority to say that over ourselves. And deprecatory prayers, big word there, prayers directed to God to cast out the demons. God, please deliver me of this demon or the spirit of lust. So do you see the difference? You commanding, you can do it over yourself, and later on it explains over who else. You asking God if it's over people or someone else. Number 3, in the case of praying these prayers for others who are not under their direct authority, here we go, we recommend the faithful to adjust the prayers so that they are directed to God, thus making it a deprecatory prayer. For their own pastoral protection, we recommend that faithful not use imperative prayers, directly commanding demons to leave over others whom they do not have authority. So what are some things that might happen? We don't always know. Sometimes nothing might happen. Other times you might get retaliation. It's not 100% all the time that something will happen. It may happen that you get overly retaliated by these spirits because you're dealing with evil forces. You might have stepped over a line. Things might happen that you're not even aware of, like illness or spiritual attacks or all types of things, sometimes that aren't even clear where it's coming from. There is some good scriptural examples of this. There were some Jewish exorcists at the time of Jesus. They went into kind of this person, presumably the person was fully possessed. They went in to try to do an exorcism. I don't know if they were using the name of Jesus. They were stripped naked and beaten and left running. That may not happen to you, but that's an example of some of the dangers that might happen. Number 4, in accordance with natural law, the laity have authority over their own selves, their spouses, and their children. In these cases, they have authority to use imperative prayers. So, at least based on this, there may be some other details. The husband and the wife can use imperative prayers of command over each other, over their children, and kind of vice versa, and over themselves. This does not specify over places, over property, and other such things. So when I made another video talking about that you and I need to do an exorcism of the world, 2 things. First, I was using hyperbole, so I was using slight exaggeration, just like Jesus does. Cut off your hand if it causes you to sin. I use hyperboles to make points. And I was using the word exorcism in a more generic sense. The word exorcism in a generic sense means to cast out evil. I did not mean, and I said this even in the video, although sometimes people misunderstand, for you to go and do an exorcism over a fully possessed person. First of all, you can't, because you need the rite of exorcism. Good luck finding that. You need to be a priest, and you need to be authorized by a bishop. So if you're not those 3, you can't do an exorcism over someone even if you wanted to. If you did even try, let's say that you found the rite of exorcism, the demon simply wouldn't obey you, and they might kind of turn on you in reverse. So I'm not, nor have ever said, nor think you should try to do an exorcism on a person. The idea was that we must cast out evil over what we have authority, ourselves, our spouses, our children, our property. I didn't also say go and do it over other people's property. Can you imagine knocking on your neighbor's door and saying, "Hi, I want to cast evil out of your home"? First, they would probably laugh at you unless they were devout Catholics. And if they weren't, you would be trespassing and that would be against the law. So I didn't imply those things because they're not even possible. So these 4 rules will give you much protection and strength. However, it is my observation that many Catholics, even when following the rules, are still afraid. And I want to highly critique that. It is my observation that devout Catholics are exaggeratedly afraid of the devil. And I just watched a Father Blount video, and he said, and I agree, do not be afraid of the devil, because we have God in us, and we should not be afraid of the devil. Stop doing that. Now, there are a variety of amazing prayers here. Active denouncing evil, active against retaliation. If you are being retaliated, there are prayers here against sorcery, against prayer, against binding of demons, binding prayers. There's all types of amazing prayers here. Breaking the Freemasonic curse prayer, decommissioning tattoos prayer. Didn't even know that existed. Deliverance and blessing of a bedroom prayer. That's the one that my friend gave us to use. Deliverance for the home, deliverance from evil spirits of pornography prayer. This is so awesome. I am loved prayer. God is my Father prayer. Really cool prayers. Why don't people talk about this at all? There's even in the middle a part where it says disposing of cursed objects prayer. So if you have cursed objects in your house, you may not even know that they are. But when you get rid of them, there are certain prayers that you can say, they have them here. They literally have everything you could ever want. So check this out and go and cast evil out of yourself, your spouse, your children, and for goodness sake, your own property. If you're going to do it over someone else's, tell them to do it. Don't go walking into people's property, casting out evil unless you have permission. You're going to get arrested, and don't say that I told you to do that. Let's do things by the rules here. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.